I was actually assigned to photograph Alvin Ailey himself in 1989. We didn't talk much. He sat on the bentwood chair and I started shooting, and he just started moving his hands around his face, and he started doing this little choreography, and he started changing his expressions. I didn't know what was happening, but I just kept loading more rolls of film and shooting as fast as I could. After some time had passed, he just stopped, and he stood up and he laughed, and he said, "You've got it, you're done." And it was this wonderful little collaboration, as short as it was, that set the tone for what was to come, what was going to be the next 25 or 30 years of my photographing the company. The Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater approached me about joining them on their historic return to South Africa, which would be the first time that they've come back to this country in 17 years. Okay. They wanted me to come and document it with both print photography and motion film. What I fantasized was that I would be able to do photographs of the dancers in exotic locations and take pictures that were representational of South Africa in some way. But what I found when we arrived in Johannesburg was cold and rainy. I mean, when I say cold, I mean 45 degrees. We were staying outside of the city in a shopping complex that was a bit like Las Vegas, so it was sort of short on locations. Then the schedule for the dancers was busy. They rehearsed, they had to do press text, they had to do outreach. But we persevered, and we did start to build the idea of where we could go and take dancers and make pictures that didn't feel like they were inside a theater, inside a classroom where they were doing outreach.
I was counting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just count so I can hear you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
It's amazing. Amazing, amazing.
I felt a responsibility to not just photograph the dancers, but photograph the dancers in environments that felt South African.
Andrew had talked about wanting to do some really beautiful, incredible special shoots out here in South Africa, and so when he heard it was my birthday and he had thought about perhaps finding some elephants here, he's like, you know what? I kind of thought of you when I thought about the elephants and what a perfect birthday gift it would be. And I was just like, oh my God. It's just been an unbelievable journey here with these beautiful creatures, these beautiful animals dancing with us, really.
You're in the moment while you're out there creating art with your body, but you don't know what the animals are doing behind you, and you still want to connect with them.
I think it was magical and at the same time, kind of spiritual.
I had a really good time. I mean, how can you not have a really good time? Being close to animals that you really only see on TV and like physically engage with them was just unlike any experience I'd ever think I'd ever have in my life.
That's great. Just like that. That's it. That's the one.
That was amazing. I'm so excited. That was amazing.
Beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. Just like that.
There was another idea that I had for one of the pictures, which was to photograph somebody with a cheetah.
Nice.
That was one of the first pictures I took on this trip that made me feel like, okay, this is going to be an extraordinary body of work, I hope. I wanted to make sure that I kept these photographs artful, sophisticated, respectful to South Africans and what they might think of the pictures.
This is my actually third time coming back, but it's different. It's more spiritual. The sun was hitting me so perfectly, it just felt like I was being connected to Mr. Mandela.
When you have a photographer who makes you feel comfortable, you're able to expose yourself and be more vulnerable in front of the lens. And Andrew totally does that.
Oh, that was good. Nice. Good. just also the colors here are beautiful. Just turn around just against the wall.
The dancer looked so beautiful. Andrew really captured the person, what's going through that moment. Most of the time, dancers are more than beautiful. They are so happy.
Working with Andrew is relaxing. He's got a very chill kind of vibe that lets you explore and not feel self-conscious about being half naked on the beach. He's really encouraging and sort of sits back and lets you do your thing, and then magic sort of happens.
1, 2, 3, up. Good.
To me, successful portrait photography has always been when the camera is like an equal sign between the photographer and the subject. No one is more important than the other. It's been magnificent here. The light, backdrops, everywhere you look, it's like a photographer's paradise. Just the perfect setting to put these beautiful bodies and beautiful dancers in front of.
Be careful.
Working with the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater here in South Africa for 3 weeks has been unlike any job I've ever done, any assignment I've ever done in my 30-year photographic career. There was a joy and there was freedom of expression, which lends itself to where we are. I'm thrilled with the body of work that we've created. It has been a life-changing experience.